Alrighty, back at this again. Reading for the Dark Lord. It's on canon now because Disney figured there's no way to make money like destroying something made with care and pissing on the acid. Anyway, after being taken to a medical facility, the clones get a good old... His clone commander actually refuses to kill him, saying that... So, trying to end dead Anakin's... The story cuts back and forth between the Jedi survivors who are trying to do good/Jedi things and give more... And this eventually... Testing, 1, 2, 3... Going to try to do a recording for Artemis. Politics do come up a little bit, so I apologize if anything I say bothers or offends anybody. If your political views should... Two people are hoping... Part of my immediate distaste, it may be the tone in which was... Part of my immediate distaste may be the tone in which was... all of the time. I'm a bit worried because this stank has... This quote sums up my... I think this spoke... My cart was a pain in the ass to control, but it was a good... I don't go on about politics much, but it's shoved at me from every angle here, and it makes what would... The author might be making a point about racism. I don't know if they're under the impression that we are... Because he does insane things, such as making sure people are not smuggling illegal stuff into the country. Oops. Maybe the author doesn't know about it, except the author does know about it. Jazz gets offended, but doesn't even need all the gifted classes people. We get even more... So Jazz decides that what just happened. Honestly, if we think... The pen pal thing does end up... The pen pal thing ends up growing to show Kit... Actually pretty good. There's some... Your errors in communication. So someone could... So anyone who could solo its production and sales... What? In the way, and some of the tech we've been hearing about... And some of the tech we... And through a selfless sacrifice that the author most likely thought was going to redeem the character, except it doesn't. But it's vastly overwhelmed by a lot of laughability, Alright. Reading for We'll Save the Galaxy for Food. 1, 2, 3. Enjoy doing so. So, for now, I'm to liberate. He talks about how there are a lot... Our protagonist is the captain... Our protagonist, who is captaining the family... Wait, what? Our protagonist, who is the captain, is paying... Oh my gosh. And what is going on? Now, I think I got this... No. Quickly goes into action and fools them, thinking that he crashed. Phone call with said pirates. There's a wrench... So, after our pilot could get protagonist's name is, and I'm getting sick of typing the word private. So, one thing that comes up is how pilots took a bunch of captains. A desperate protagonist pretends to get a gig as another pilot at a function. So, boss does the mafia thing and threatens him when protagonist Jack McCune, which is something that fly to Earth to pick up the mafia boy's love interest. He's also extremely distant to his son, who is recently... He is also somewhat distanced from his son, because even though... Another example is the crushing reality of the life of the space explorer, and when outdated and unneeded, and thus then practical situations, whereas protagonists can occasionally be more... They're large, they affect the plot more than anything. For the most part, they're just there, and things happen to will result, and many of them begin building a safe haven for... And many of them begin building a safe haven... Then he gets arrested from when he cheated the rich